What's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This week, I'm going to be breaking down UFC Paris, doing it a little early because I will be out of town this weekend. But yeah, man, UFC Paris, not the greatest fight card. It's got 3 fights I'm looking forward to, and other than that, you know, it's not really good at all. We're going to find some good betting spots on it, though. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC 278, then we'll get right into them fights. UFC 278, I went 2-2 on my bets for plus 0.2 units. And yeah, it could have been way bigger, but I had one bad luck fight, man. My 2 winning bets, I had Aori Q Lang for plus 1.5 units, and he looked good, you know, all the way up to about 30 seconds left in that 3rd round. He started kind of getting beat up, but he clearly won them first 2 rounds, so that was a nice fight. Second winning bet was Marcin Tybura, 1.2 units to win 4.2 units, and yeah, man, that fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go, with Romanov coming out strong in the first, tiring himself out, and Tybura taking over. It could have been a draw, don't get me wrong. It was close to being that with the 10-8. The first round was close to a 10-8, but yeah, man, I'm happy to get that win. My 2 losing bets, I had Jose Aldo minus 2 units, and yeah, man, he stopped the takedowns like I thought, but he just could not let go with his hands or legs. So yeah, man, that sucked. It just didn't look like old school Jose Aldo at all. Second losing bet was a 3-fight parlay. I had Pedro, Albazi, and Usman, 3.5 units to win 3. And man, I was cashing them going into that Usman fight. I was up 3.7 units. If I would have won that, I would have won 3.3 units. So I would have, or 3 units. So I would have won 6.7 units had Usman lasted that last 50 seconds. I was in utter shock when he got knocked out. But man, that's the fight game. It is what it is. So plus 0.2 units for 278. Feel pretty good with that because that was another wild card. That brings my official bet record to 135 and 100 for plus 39.25 units. My units are $100, so I'm up $3,925. And I've won 3 out of 4 weeks, and we're gonna keep adding on to that with this UFC Paris card. Everybody in here right now, man, I appreciate you guys always coming and showing up and watching my videos and everything. So if you can, please like, subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1K subscribers, and I'm at like 930 right now, so I need like 70. So I hope everybody can help me get up there, and I'll help you keep winning some money. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter at Blood Money MMA Bets. You'll get my bet slips out, maybe out before my official bets video. Get some of them early, so go check me out there. And yeah, man, let's get right into this UFC Paris card. First fight is in the men's featherweight division. We got William Gomis versus Jarno Errens. William Gomis is 10-2. Jarno Errens is 13-3-1. I couldn't find no lines for this fight yet, but William Gomis, man, he's a very explosive fighter. He's got really good kicks. He's got really good punches. He's got fast kicks all over the body. Like he'll go leg, body, head. Very explosive, very good technical striking. Pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling and grappling. I've seen him, he's mostly on the offensive when he's using his grappling. He's got good takedown defense, so I like that. He's got good top control and good ground and pound. 7 finishes with 6 KOs out of his 10 wins. And I like him. This kid does look very well-rounded. He looks very explosive. He looks very tough. The only thing that I could find about him, because these are like regional scene guys there in Europe, but the only bad thing I could find is he can be hittable, and that's about it. Jarno Errens, this kid, he's got good striking. He's got really good leg kicks. He's got really good power in his hands. He's got a really nice right uppercut to a left hook combo. I've seen him knock a guy out cold with that. He's got really good feints and movements. Lots of wild spinning punches and kicks. Good forward pressure and pace, though. Good cardio and very tough. But the only thing I found out bad about him was his defensive BJJ can be questionable. I seen him get taken down and held down on his back in the 3rd round, at 1st and 3rd round, and lose a decision. And his takedown defense can be suspect too. He's mainly a striker, so he looks like he's well-rounded, like he's been training everywhere, but he's mainly a striker. Without no line or nothing, I'm going to take William Gomis by decision. I think he looks really good. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter, and I think he can get this decision, even though both of these guys are pretty dangerous. But we'll see what the line's at. But yeah, I think both these guys are going to be pretty good, though, and we'll have some decent fights in the UFC. Fight number 2 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Ziam versus Michal Figlak. Ziam's 12-4, currently sitting at plus 155. Michal is 8-0, currently sitting at minus 200. Ziam, you've seen him fight in the UFC a bunch. He's got pretty good kickboxing. He's got decent takedown defense, but when he gets taken down, he has no get-up game. He doesn't have good jiu-jitsu at all. Really good kickboxing, nice long jab, excellent left hook, powerful leg kicks, and just pretty good. But he can be low output. He's been rear naked choke 3 times. He's terrible off his back, and he slows way down in the 3rd round. I really like what I see out of this Figlak kid, man. He's got excellent kickboxing. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling, good offensive and defensive grappling, good ground and pound, really good cardio, good striking. I really liked what I seen. He has really good boxing. He uses some kicks, decent, but he's got really good boxing, really fast hands, excellent cardio and pace, man. I actually really like what I see out of this kid. Undefeated at 8-0. The only thing that I could see about him I didn't like was that he can be hittable. He just had a hard fight on July 22nd, so he's only getting about a month and a half to this fight, and he took some damage in that fight, but and he doesn't seem to really have KO power, but he's really good everywhere. I'm going to take him by decision. I think he's going to be able to grind, maybe land a couple takedowns on Firas. He's got this striking to stand with Firas and not get beat up, and I think he'll be able to land at least a lot of clinch control up against the cage and a lot of takedowns. So give me Figlak by decision, but no bets or nothing yet. Next fight is in the men's featherweight division. We got Charles Jourdain versus Nathaniel Wood. Charles Jourdain's 13-5-1, currently sitting at -150. Nathaniel Wood is 18-5, currently sitting at +120. Charles Jourdain, man, he's good. We just seen him fight against Shane Burgos a couple weeks ago. Maybe a month and a week ago. Super tough, super great kicks, super great punches, super fast left head kick. He threw like 20 of them at Burgos. Even though he wasn't hitting him with it, Burgos was blocking it, and it looked like it was hurting his arm. But nice boxing with a really fast straight left right down the pipe. He really hurts people with. He was actually taking off on Burgos with that in the 1st round, and that's why Burgos actually started wrestling, I'm pretty sure, because he was getting hit with that pretty good. Excellent dirty boxing and knees in the clinch. Charles Jourdain's a dirty man. Not a dirty man. He's a tough dude, and he's just got dirty boxing. He's got dirty knees, man. He's just, in the clinch, he's just super tough. I like this kid. Excellent cardio and pace. Savage in the 3rd round. I wish he fought every round like he does in the 3rd, because it looks like he has the cardio to do it. But if you go watch him fight Burgos, Rojas, or Fili, man, he goes nuts in the 3rd round trying to get that finish and win. He can, even to get Andre Ewell, too, when he did the Sparta kick. He can throw crazy punches and kicks, though, for 3 minutes straight. And like I said, if he could fight like that all the time, he would be great, and he would get a lot more finishes. He can be taken down though and controlled. That's one thing I do not like about Jourdain. We've seen him taken down in a couple of his fights, and we've seen him controlled. He's kind of a slow starter. He fights really close fights with a lot of people, and he just, like I said, he's another dude that just had a tough fight about a month and a half ago with Burgos, where he did take some shots in that. He's grappled a lot, but he took some shots throughout the fight. Super tough dude though. Nathaniel Wood, on the other hand, he's coming in on a full camp. He's got excellent leg kicks. He's got really fast boxing combinations. You've seen him tear up Rosa's leg with them leg kicks. He looked pretty good coming up to 145 too. He looks solid. He's short for 145. He's 5'6", where Jourdain's 5'9", but he's got long reach. He's got the same reach at 69 inches. So I really like everything I see about Nathaniel Wood. The only thing I don't like is I don't think he takes damage all that well. Like if you watch him in the Casey Kenny fight, they're going back and forth and drilling each other. But it seems like Nathaniel Wood kind of slowed down more in that 1st round from damage. But he kept a good pace, and he's very tough, and I really like this kid. Very fast striking, mixes body, leg, and head kicks really, really well. Really nice offensive and defensive wrestling in BJJ. I think he's going to have the advantage in this fight. Crazy pace and output and toughness. I really like this kid, man. He can be really hittable, but he can also fight really close fights too, but he's always fighting the best competition. Both these kids and guys, they're both not prospects at this point. They're both about 26, 27. I like them both, man. It's hard to pick this fight, so I really think that I would take Nathaniel Wood as the dog. I don't have no bets on him yet. I really want to bet the over. I think both these dudes are really tough, and this fight's definitely going to go over. But I like Nathaniel Wood as a dog, just being a little more well-rounded. Like Jourdain's good everywhere except his defensive wrestling. He can be taken down and controlled. You've seen with Burgos and a couple other people. Andre Fili was even able to take him down. But yeah, man, I'm going to take Nathaniel Wood by close decision. But I'll really be looking at the over in that fight. Next fight's in the men's lightweight division. We got Benoit Saint-Denis versus Gabriel Miranda. Benoit Saint-Denis is 9-1, currently sitting at -250. Gabriel Miranda 16-5, currently sitting at +200. He's coming in on short notice. But I like Benoit Saint-Denis, man. Good wrestling in BJJ. Super tough. You've seen the beating he took against Zelias Deleski. He took a big knee to the face against Nicholas Stoltzfus and kept going through it and getting his takedowns. He's got a decent stand-up himself with good boxing, good leg kicks, powerful leg and body kicks, but really nice wrestling, really good variety of body lock takedowns, trip takedowns inside and out. Excellent submissions, 8 wins by sub, 1 by KO. He's finished all his fights. The only thing I didn't like about him after watching more tape is that he leaves his neck open for the guillotine, man. Zaleski dos Santos almost got one on him, and Nicholas Stoltze was in a real tight front choke guillotine on him. And he can be obviously very hittable at times if he can't get the fight to the ground, like against Zaleski dos Santos. Gabriel Miranda, man, this kid's actually pretty good. He's coming in on short notice, but he's 16-5, and he's actually pretty good. He's got good wrestling. He's got really good BJJ. I'm pretty sure he's finished all of his wins by submission. All the ones you can tell in the couple early fights in Brazil that they didn't, give you how the fight finished. I'm sure he finished them low-level guys too if he's finishing these high-level guys. Decent striking, but way rather grapple than strike. But he's got a decent clinch, decent wrestling, but not the greatest wrestling in the world. But it's okay. He can definitely get over on like lower-level regional guys. Good subs, nice footwork and front kicks. He wants to fight on the ground though, like by any means possible. He'll pull guard. He'll do what he can to get to the ground because he's very dangerous on the ground. But if it's on the feet, he's still not bad. He's got decent striking everywhere. I just think that his wrestling is not going to be good enough to get these fights to the ground in the UFC. I don't think he's going to be able to get the takedowns in this fight. I think Benoit Saint-Denis is going to be able to get the takedowns and top control and land some good ground and pound. I think this fight goes the distance, actually, because Miranda's, I think he's only been finished one time, and it was like a lucky knockout. Like, he's never been subbed. That's his game, and that's Benoit's game. So I'm going to take Benoit by decision, but I don't have no bet on this. I might look at the over-under or something, but I wouldn't be shocked if Miranda, one of his best submissions is guillotine, and Benoit Saint-Denis shoots in sometimes with his head down. He might be able to snatch up that guillotine. So that's another fight. It's tough, man. A lot of these fights are tough to stay away from. I'm picking Benoit, but man. Next fight's in the men's middleweight division. We got Dustin Stoltzfus versus Abus Magomedov. I'm not even going to say his name, man. Abus Magomedov, man. Stoltzfus 14-4, currently sitting at plus 205. Magomedov 24-4-1, currently sitting at minus 270. And this fight should be good in that first and second round. Dustin Stoltzfus, we've been seeing him. He put up a good fight with Gerard Mearshart. He got that last win over Dwight Grant. He's got decent striking with some power, good wrestling, pretty good jiu-jitsu, good top game, good pressure, good cardio. But like, he's not really great anywhere. Like I said, he's got pretty good wrestling, and it's going to work on Dwight Grant, but most people it's not going to work on here in the UFC. But the dude's pretty tough though. He's got a suspect gas tank too. He seems to slow down in that third round. He looked good against Grant, welterweight coming up to 185. His cardio looked better than Grant's, but Grant always gasses out. But in his other two fights before that, he gassed out against Gerard Mearshart and got choked out, and he gassed out against Rodolfo Vieira and was finished in that third. But he seems to be a step behind usually these guys in competition like that. He's been fighting the UFC. Like, he you know what I mean? He doesn't seem to be better than anybody anywhere other than Dwight Grant. Submission defense in the third is terrible. Magomedov, man, if you see this guy fight PFL anywhere, he's fought in a lot of Germany regional scenes and stuff. Really good striking, excellent wrestling and grappling. He's from Dagestan, but was really raised up in Germany and has lived in Germany. Really nice long boxing, excellent knees in the clinch. He's got a really good clinch. He's really, really aggressive too. 24-4-1. He's got 9 KO and 5 subs. He's a pretty dangerous dude. Excellent kicks to the body, head, and legs. He's got 2 KOs by body kicks. So this kid is very dangerous, man. Like I said, he's got good offensive and defensive wrestling and grappling and good striking. So he's going to have better striking, and he's going to have better grappling, in my opinion. So I think this kid wins. I think he wins by either decision or a third round sub. He can do either. He's gone to decision. He's got a good gas tank. But yeah, man, I think this kid can get this decision over Stoltzfus. But he could also get a finish. He hits hard, man. He could hit him with a body kick in that third round. So I don't know if it'd be sub or KO. I like him to get the third round finish, but third round or decision. But I don't have no bets on that fight either yet. But I'm gonna make some. Next fight's a late replacement fight in the men's bantamweight division. We got Cristian Quinonez versus Khalid Taha. Cristian Quinonez is 16-3, no line on this yet. Khalid Taha is 13-4, and no line on this. Cristian Quinonez, he was supposed to fight a couple weeks ago. That fight got switched around. I think he was fighting like Youssef Zalal or something like that. But he's got really nice leg kicks, really nice knees in the clinch. He's really aggressive. He's got nice long strikes, really nice right uppercut to a straight right, decent top control and ground and pound when he's on top. He's got 8 wins by KO. That's pretty good. And he's like pretty mean fighter. He likes to be aggressive and come forward. The thing I've seen with him, though, is he starts off really strong in that first, 4 minutes of the first round, and he's moving, hitting leg kicks and stuff. But once he starts getting leg kicks, getting punched, he starts getting more stationary and hittable. So, it becomes more of a dogfight if he can't get the guys out of there right away. He's been finished in all 3 of his fights, and he's fought lower-level competition down there in Mexico. Khalid Taha, man, this dude's fought high-level competition. He's really fought all great people in the UFC. Besides, the couple of his wins, he's got a win over Boston Salmon. He's got a win over Bruno Silva, the 125-pounder, but then that got taken back because he failed for steroids. Since then, he's lost to Sergey Morazov, and he lost to Ronnie Barcelos, and he was just kind of out-grappled in both them fights. But he's got nice boxing with fast hands. He's got really good power. You've seen that 15-second KO over Boston Salmon. Really aggressive, throws with a lot of power. Pretty good get-up game, but he can be taken down pretty easy. He's got nice front kicks, push kicks. He's got a really nice left hook, a check left counter hook. Very, very tough and durable. But yeah, man, he's got the really suspect takedown defense. He's got a good get-up game, though. I do like that about him, but he's not going to get taken down and submitted, but he can be taken down and controlled sometimes. But he's just really not great anywhere other than throwing some wild punches with real power. This fight is going to be close, but I kind of like Taha, man. I feel like he's fought tough and pretty good with the really high-level competition in the UFC, and I feel like Quinonez is going to come out strong in that first, 3-4 minutes, like I said, hitting some good leg kicks and stuff, but I think Taha is going to start taking over, and that he's going to be able to get the decision, or even maybe catch Quinonez with the KO, because like I said, Quinonez has been finished in all 3 of his losses, and that's not really the highest level competition he's getting beat by. So give me Khalid Taha for the win, and I just want to see what the line is on this and figure something out. Maybe pick the under or Khalid Taha, depending on the line. Next fight's in the men's lightweight division. We got Nasrat Haqparast versus John Makdessi. Nasrat is 13-5, currently sitting at -220. John Makdessi's 18-7, currently sitting at +170. And Nasrat's good, man. He's got really good boxing. He's still a young kid in the game. Very fast hands and very good boxing combos, man. Excellent hooks, excellent jab and right hook, very powerful straight left down the middle. And a really good takedown defense. But the thing with him is he's so one-dimensional. All he does is box. He throws a couple leg kicks here and there. He doesn't really use his wrestling or anything himself. And if he gets taken down, he's got good takedown defense. But if he does get taken down, he can be controlled. Doesn't have the greatest get-up game. And like I said, very one-dimensional with the boxing. But he's very good with that one dimension. John Makdessi, man, he's getting a little older, but he still looks in good shape, and he's still a good fighter. His last fight, he beat Ignacio Bahamondes, and that kid's a savage. Excellent kickboxing, throws a ton of body kicks and leg kicks. Nice straight punches and combo. Really good forward pressure and pace. He's got really good kickboxing. And he's good at staying out of range and then darts in with his combos, pieces the person up, gets back out of range, hits you with some leg kicks. He's getting older at 37. He can be low output at times, and he's went to decision in 7 of his last 8 fights. So I like this fight to go the distance. And I actually like John Makdessi to get the win as an underdog. I'm probably not going to be betting this fight anywhere besides maybe an over, but John Makdessi, I think, in the big cage can stick and move and get out of the way, land more leg and body kicks, and the boxing should be kind of even. It's not like Nasrat's some crazy, the greatest boxer in the division. He's got really good boxing with really good hooks, but I think that John Makdessi, even in a getting older age, can figure that out and get the win here and get the decision, man, in a super boring fight. I can't blame anybody taking Nasrat, but I'm gonna take the stab on Makdessi. I watched the tape. I think he's gonna land more shots, and he's going to be sticking and moving, so we'll see. I don't know, man. A lot of these fights are just terrible. I just got to stay away from them. Next fight's in the men's middleweight division. We got Alessio Di Chirico versus Roman Kapylov. Alessio Di Chirico is 13-6, currently sitting at -115. Roman Kapylov is 8-2, currently sitting at -105. Alessio Di Chirico, I'm just not impressed with this dude anywhere, really. He's average. He's decent everywhere, decent clinch, decent striking, low output. He has terrible wrestling. He couldn't even get Kevin Holland down. He had him clinched up against the cage for a ton of time in that fight. And like I said, tried to get him down, couldn't even take him down. Decent boxing combos, decent power leg kicks. That's about one good thing I noticed with him. Good power in his right hand. Decent, nice, powerful head kicks. You've seen him catch Joaquin Buckley with one. But other than that, dude, the dude goes to the decision a ton. He really ain't great anywhere. He doesn't throw that much power in his hands. He's low output. He fights every fight close. And just, not good, man. Not really great anywhere. I see that the line's moving for him, and people are betting on him. But, man, I would stay away from this fight because both these guys are pretty terrible. Roman Kapylov, man, is 8-2. He's got good kickboxing. He's got good, powerful leg kicks. He's got really fast hands with good power when he darts in. Nice, like, powerful leg kicks. Fast, straight left, right down the middle. Nice, powerful head kicks when he throws them. He's got decent takedown defense, but on the ground, he's terrible on the ground. He's a fish out of water. Like, he doesn't have no get-up game whatsoever. He doesn't check leg kicks, and he seems to have kind of bad cardio. He seems to slow down in that third round. So, I'm going to take Alessio Di Chirico just because I've seen him actually get some wins in the UFC. I'm going to take him by split decision, but I wouldn't bet on this fight for nothing, man. Both these guys, I'm not impressed with either one of them anywhere. Neither one are that great. And I know it's a close fight and it's a pick 'em for a reason, but I'm staying away. But I'm going to take Di Chirico by split decision. Next fight's in the women's bantamweight division. We have Stephanie Egger versus Ailin Perez. Stephanie Egger is 7-2, no line on this. Ailin Perez is 7-1. Like I said, no line on this. And I don't know, man. I really like Stephanie Egger in this fight. I know she's coming in on short notice, but she's got really good judo. She's got excellent BJJ and submissions. She's got a decent jab to overhand right. Her striking's not bad. She was striking pretty decent with, like, Cortez. She's kind of slow, though. Really good BJJ off her back. On top, she has a really good BJJ, too. It didn't look like it in the last fight when Bueno Silva caught her in that armbar, but she really does have good top control, good ground and pound. She's got a good clinch up against the cage, really good takedowns and judo trips. You've seen her get Bueno Silva down easy. You've seen her choke out Jessica Rose Clark. Have a bunch of good fights. Be able to submit people really quick. But yeah, she's got good ground and pound, all that. She's on short notice. She's going to be a little bigger here. She'll have 2.5 inches reach and 1 inch of height. But her level of competition is just going to be so much better, man. This Ailin Perez, she seems like she has decent wrestling. Seems like good BJJ in transition. Seems like pretty good body lock takedowns. Good clinch with knees, pretty good ground and pound, but this is all against terrible competition. The girl she's fighting, she is literally fighting in gymnasiums, like someone's like training center gym, like terrible, man. She only beat one fighter with a winning record, and that fighter was 8-4 with like fights in Paraguay. She's going to be smaller than Stephanie Egger here. She's got so much less experience. I want to see what this line is because I really like Stephanie Egger here, and I really like because Ailin Perez. Mainly, she wins by grappling, taking girls down, beating her up on the ground, and she's not going to have that advantage here. She's not going to have the wrestling advantage, jiu-jitsu advantage, ground and pound, none of that. Stephanie Egger is going to dominate this fight. I was thinking about taking Zara against Perez. So give me Stephanie Egger by first or second round finish. Next fight's in the men's middleweight division. We got Nassourdine Imavov versus Joaquin Buckley. Nassourdine Imavov is 11-3, currently sitting at -265. Joaquin Buckley's 15-4, currently sitting at +200. Man, Nassourdine Imavov, I'm impressed with this kid. He's got really good striking with a ton of different strikes. He throws flying knees, all his kicks, punches, very, very, very tough. Really nice jab that sets everything up. That's what I really like, man. He was picking apart Shabazian with a nice jab. He was picking apart Ian Heinisch really bad with a nice jab. Excellent variety of kicks and punches, though. 9 finishes, 3 subs, 6 TKO. Excellent offensive and defensive wrestling. He's a Dagestan kid he's fighting out of France by way of Dagestan, though. And he's got excellent pace, pressure, ground and pound, power, and overall fight IQ. I think this kid's really, really good. He's hittable, though, and he seems to be able to be held against the cage. Phil Hawes was really the only one to do it, but he was really good with what he did. But Phil Hawes is also way better than a lot of these people. And he doesn't check leg kicks. That's the only other thing I've seen I didn't like. Joaquin Buckley, this dude, you see, man, powerful guy, great boxing, great power in his kicks and punches, solid body kicks and leg kicks. Throws power with both hands in his right hand and left hooks. Comes forward, darting in with 3 to 5 to 8 punch combinations with power. Really nice cardio and pace. I like that. He did gas out a little bit against Al Hassan, but that was like a dog fight back and forth. Has KO in both hands and both legs. You've seen him get KO head kicks, and you've seen him KO people with punches. The only thing, though, is he's very susceptible to right head kicks. I've seen him in his last fight. Who was his last fight? Oh, yeah, against Duriev. Duriev actually cracked him with a really hard head kick that had him wobbled for a second. You've seen a Di Chirico knock him out with a head kick. So and it's a right head kick, so he's got to watch that because Nassourdine has a really sick right head kick. He's been KO'd 3 times, and he gassed bad against Al Hassan. Nassourdine's also going to have 5 inches of height, and Buckley will actually have 1 inch of reach, but Nassourdine's going to have 5 inches of height and just be the bigger guy. Buckley used to fight at 170, and Nassourdine could never fight at 170, 6'3". But yeah, man, I really like Nassourdine here. I think that he's going to get hit, in that first round. That first round is going to be tough. But I think that he's got way better striking than Buckley as far as different techniques that he uses. He's got great flying knees. He's got great head kicks. He's got a great wrestling and ground and pound game. You've seen against Shabazian. You've seen him just beat up Ian Heinisch. I think he's going to do a little bit of that to Buckley. I think he can get him out of there in the 3rd round. I think the first 2 rounds are going to be pretty tough and close. I think he wins them, though. And I think he gets him out of there. I think he gets Buckley out of there by KO at some point, but I think in the 3rd round. So give me a Mavov by KO in the 3rd round. And I actually do have a bet on that. That's the only bet I have so far. I had him parlayed with Taylor Lapius, but that fell off. So I just have 1.8 units to win 0.75 units on him. I got him at -230. So instead of cashing it in, I'm just going to keep it because that line's gone way up. But next fights in the men's middleweight division, we got Robert Whitaker versus Marvin Vettori. Robert Whitaker is 23-6, currently sitting at -245. Marvin Vettori is 18-4-1, currently sitting at +185. And Robert Whitaker, man, excellent, well-rounded mixed martial artist. He can do everything. He can kickbox excellent. He's got excellent offensive and defensive wrestling, excellent offensive and defensive jiu-jitsu. He's got a really nice jab. He's got a really nice left hook that he can just dart in and hit you with that left hook. The jab left hook combo is what I really like. But excellent, well-rounded, like I said. Excellent wrestling and grappling, just excellent head kicks with both legs. That's what I like too. He can hit you with the front lead leg or the back leg, and he takes the center of the cage, and he's got excellent cardio and pace. Takes that center of the cage and constantly kind of has you on the back foot. That's what he was doing with Cannonier, and usually Cannonier does that to other people. No glaring holes in his game. He hasn't finished anybody in 5 years. That's about the only thing that I've seen. But other than that, man, this dude's the real deal. Full well-rounded mixed martial artist. Marvin Vettori, man, this kid is good too. Nice, fast boxing with pressure. That's what I want to see, who's going to control the center of the cage here, because both these guys like to come forward, kind of be the bully and control that center of the cage, man. Super nice. Straight left down the pipe. I like that from Marvin. You've seen him drop Jack Hermanson with that. He's dropped a couple people with it. He just doesn't have any finishes, but he does have pretty good power, man. He was cracking Paulo Costa too. Excellent offensive and defensive wrestling in BJJ. Good forward pressure and pace in your face at all times. Good at backing guys up against the cage and just letting go, throwing off like 8-9 punch combos, and he's never been finished in his whole career. The thing is, he gets hit with head kicks. Hermanson and Costa both cracked him with giant head kicks. Didn't finish him, but rocked him a little bit with them. Really big head kicks, and he's not that dangerous. 10 of his last 11 fights have gone to distance. So I really like the over in this fight. I'm going to take Robert Whitaker by decision because I think he's going to be a little faster and move around, and be able to land maybe the little harder shots, but this fight's going to be close, man, and I think that line's off. Marvin Vettori is really good, dude. He's really good, and this is going to be a really close fight. But give me Robert Whitaker by decision, and I'll see if I get around anything. Main event, we have the men's heavyweight division. We got Ciro Gane fighting Tai Tuivasa. Ciro Gane is 10-1, currently sitting at -585. Tai Tuivasa is 15-3, currently sitting at +390. And man, Ciro Gane is literally one of the best heavyweight fighters I've ever seen. Excellent Muay Thai striking. His movement feints with his head, hands, legs, everything. He's feinting with everything are phenomenal. Great at poking you with a long jab and then hitting you with like teep kicks to the body, leg kicks, and just constantly touching you, but from distance where you can't even touch him. Because he's big, man. He's 6'4" with an 83-inch reach, where Tai Tuivasa is 6'2" with a 75-inch reach. So he's going to be 2 inches taller with 8 inches of reach, which is huge. Really good grappling up against the cage with takedowns of his own. Obviously, Francis Nurmagomedov was able to take him down when he just like went into beast mode for 2 rounds. It was pretty crazy, but Tai Tuivasa is not Frankie Nurmagomedov. He's got really good grappling against the cage, though. Super powerful leg kicks, and he's dangerous with every weapon. You've seen him like beating up everybody, beating up Derek Lewis. Beat his leg up really bad, which I see that this fight going a lot like that. He was able to beat up Derek Lewis's leg until Derek Lewis, basically had to go for broke and then start getting beat up against the cage. Literally, like I said, man, one of the best heavyweights I've ever seen in striking. he was out striking Francis Ngannou for them. He beat him the first 2 rounds. That's why Francis had to start wrestling. So I don't really see where Ty's going to be able to beat him. I love Tai Tuivasa though. I love him as a fighter. This is just a bad matchup. Ty's got excellent power in his hands, good at switching stances to close space and start throwing bombs, get people up against the cage. I do like that about him. Nice powerful punches and elbows in the clinch. Obviously you've seen him knock out Derek Lewis with that elbow in the clinch. Excellent at throwing bombs on people when he gets them up against the cage and just unloading. But you got to get Ciryl Gane to be stationary. Good defensive head movement, actually. Excellent pace and cardio. The only thing I can see bad about him, terrible wrestling defense. I do think that Gane could wrestle him in this fight for sure. Derek Lewis took him down once or twice. Pretty one-dimensional and just that he throws hard leg kicks, but he's mainly wanting to box you and hit you with big punches. And he's just going to be very outsized in this fight. So I see this fight where Ciryl Gane, the first round it's gonna be slower paced. Ciryl Gane's gonna be just feeling him, hitting him with them leg kicks, body kicks, teep kicks, all that, feeling him out, throwing some punches, moving around, dodging all of Ty's stuff. And I just think that Gane's just going to start beating him up in that second and third round, and where Francis could wrestle him, Ty's not going to be able to do that. He's going to be like Derek Lewis, where he's just going to have to take them shots. I think he's going to get his leg beat up, stomach beat up. I got Ciryl Gane. I got him getting a 3rd or a 4th round finish, maybe 4th or 5th, but I got him getting a later finish. I do like this fight to go over. But yeah, man, like I said, I just see in the striking that him being way better than Tai Tuivasa. He's way bigger. He's got way better striking. Way more technical striking, such great movement that he's not going to get caught by a big punch by Ty, I don't think. So I like him to beat up Ty, pick and beat him up, and I like this fight to go to the 3rd or 4th round. So I'm going to take Ciryl Gane by that, and I'm probably going to be looking at the over myself. So, but no bets on this yet because obviously Ciryl Gane's juiced way up. But yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm going to look at the over 2.5 too. So, but yeah, that's it, man. Everybody, please like and subscribe to this video. Got it out early for you guys. Me and Johnny K Picks will be live on my channel on Wednesday for the UFC to break this Perez card down and just chat with the fans. So everybody check that out. Appreciate everybody checking this out, and hopefully on this next one I have it on my laptop so my screen won't look so weird. Appreciate everybody, man. I'll see you guys later.